The Sydney Roosters have stormed home to take a 24-20 win over the Brisbane Broncos in a Suncorp Stadium thriller. Broncos winger Corey Oates scored 3 tries, but it was not enough, with a rampaging Joey Manu sealing the win late, while a few clutch plays from 19-year-old playmaker Sam Walker sealed the deal. Match Centre, Broncos vs Roosters live updates, video, score. Stream every game of every round of the 2022 NRL Telstra Premiership Season live and ad break free during play on KO. New to KO? Try 14 days free now. Kevin Walters' boys turned up to play early, with Boom centre Kotoni Staggs answering calls to get more involved. Ominous stuff Kotoni, Fox League commentator Dan Janane said after Staggs slipped through Paul Momirovski and Daniel Tapu. The Broncos scored a well-deserved try to get on the board first through veteran winger Corey Oates, who crossed a Vatesignot cutout pass. They extended their lead right before half-time after Staggs bumped over multiple Roosters to score. He is such an explosive athlete, Greg Alexander said. When he gets the ball and he is in the mood like he is tonight, he wants to run the ball. The power of Kotoni Staggs just shoves him Momirovski away, ran over the top of Sam Walker. Staggs' performance comes after Michael Ennis said the gun centre had been basically non-existent. I'm not sure if the Brisbane halves just aren't getting him the ball, or whether Kotoni's disinterested. It's one of the two, because he has been basically non-existent for them the last fortnight, Ennis said after the Broncos' round 3 loss. The momentum well and truly changed after the break, with the Roosters scoring 2 tries in 6 minutes. The first came through Walker, who muscled his way over before Manu came up with a similar effort to also score. However, it wasn't enough to rattle the Broncos. Oates outleapt Kevin Naikama to catch and Adam Reynolds to score his second, and snatch back the lead for the Broncos. The blows kept coming for the Roosters, with news coming out of the Roosters' sheds that Nat Butcher failed his HIA, while star enforcer Jared Warrior-Hargreaves was put on report for dangerous contact on Ryan James. Warrior-Hargreaves held onto the front of James' ankle and pushed his shoulder into the back of his leg. I've never seen that. Someone penalised for grabbing someone's leg, Greg Alexander said. James stayed down and the Roosters weren't happy about it, with Warrior-Hargreaves standing over the top of him with an icy cold look on his face. Sideline commentator Corey Parker mentioned the fire between the middle men and said the final 15 minutes could really heat up. The Roosters upped the intensity late, with Joey Manu burrowing over before Sam Walker slotted the goal from the sideline to make it 18-16. Walker then put in a deft grubber for Sitalai Tupunua, who sealed the win, capping off a perfect 5 minutes from the rookie playmaker, according to Janane. Sam Walker is a superstar, Benji Marshall added. Some late Adam Reynolds magic and a horror bounce saw Oates score his 3rd of the night, but it was not enough. A few late penalties set up a thrilling finish and a bonkers, frantic final plays, according to Janane, but the Roosters would just hold on. One of the games of the season, Marshall said. Big hits. Staggs answers critics. There's been a fair bit of heat on Kotoni Staggs in the opening month of the season. The Broncos' gun has been so far below his best that Michael Ennis questioned whether he was disinterested. I'm not sure if the Brisbane halves just aren't getting him the ball, or whether Kotoni's disinterested, Ennis said after the Broncos' round 3 loss to the Cowboys. It's one of the two, because he has been basically non-existent for them the last fortnight. But Ennis didn't hesitate giving credit where it's due after Staggs notched up 99 running meters, 8 tackle busts, a line break and a line break assist to go with his try in the first half on Friday. Kotoni Staggs running absolutely riot. Momirovski just cannot physically handle Staggs. I don't know where this has been, but Staggs is delivering tonight, he said. Staggs looked dangerous every time he touched the ball, and as Corey Parker said, caused the Roosters' left edge defence some real nightmares, particularly Momirovski, who was palmed off several times. He is such an explosive athlete, Greg Alexander said. When he gets the ball and he is in the mood like he is tonight, he wants to run the ball. The power of Kotonis Stags just shoves Momirovski away. He's a ball of muscle. This is the Kotonis Stags that Kevin wanted to see, and the Broncos did desperate to see it. It came after Parker revealed that coach Kevin Walters' plan was simply to just get the ball to Stags. Terrific start from Kotonis Stags. Speaking to Kevin Walters before the game, he mentioned that he wants to get Stags more ball, stating the obvious there, he said. The 23-year-old finished with 1 try, 182 running meters, 13 tackle busts, 2 line breaks, and 1 line break assist. Commentator Dan Janane summed the performance up best by saying Stags was answering his critics, while Ennis said the game could be a light bulb moment for the under-pressure center. Manu, Walker save inconsistent Roosters. You wouldn't be alone if you tipped a cricket score in this. The Roosters were simply sublime last week, while the Broncos were pretty poor against the Warriors, not to mention the week of off-field controversy surrounding the club. But Kevin Walters' men turned up to play and went into the half-time break with a 10-0 lead thanks to the brilliance of Kotonis Stags. It's never wise to write the Roosters off, but it's impossible to ignore that they were completely outclassed in the first half. The Broncos have out-enthused and out-muscled this Roosters side on both sides of the field, Michael Ennis said at half-time. They remain inconsistent in this competition. They are having weeks on where they are terrific, and then the next week they turn up poor, and it's happened again in this first half. But coach Trent Robinson must have shot a rocket up the behinds of his players, because they came out firing with Sam Walker and Joey Manu leading the way. The pint-sized halfback burrowed over for the Roosters' first try before Manu followed suit 6 minutes later. Brisbane snatched back the lead, but who was there to steer the Roosters back? Walker and Manu. The star centre scored his second try to level scores 16-all with 7 minutes to go. The pressure was then on Walker to nail the sideline conversion to take the lead, and the teenage halfback, who has had issues with goal kicking in the past, didn't break a sweat. He celebrated with a fist pump, but his work wasn't done yet. 3 minutes later, he put the grubber in for Sitalai Tupunua to score what ended up being the match winner. Joey Manu put the Roosters on his back and came up with some enormous plays in the second half, as well as the young kid, Sam Walker. He slipped through the Broncos' net. They didn't want him, and he kicked a goal from the sideline at Suncorp Stadium, moments he would have dreamt of as a kid, Ennis said. They were brilliant tonight. They took the game away from the Broncos. The form that Joey Manu is in, he saved the Roosters tonight single-handedly. Walters nails down number 6 jersey. While Kevin Walters didn't get the 2 points, he did at least walk away with a settled halves pairing. Walters was forced to make the big call on who would wear the number 6 jersey earlier this season. The options were Albert Kelly, Tyson Gamble, Ezra Mam and his son, Billy. Walters copped accusations of nepotism when he played Billy alongside Kelly in round 1 while Adam Reynolds was injured. When the star number 7 returned, it was Kelly that retained his spot and Billy was demoted to the bench. But with Kelly out injured, Walters' halves headache was back once again. Walters went with Billy, with Gamble named as the Broncos' replacement player, and it looked like it was the right call. The left foot was lethal against the Bunnies in round 1, and it's been causing the Roosters problems tonight, Alexander said. Tonight have been a different outfit completely, and I like Billy Walters in the number 6. I like him on the other side of the ruck to Adam Reynolds. He's been terrific in the number 6, he certainly hangs onto that spot. Benji Marshall and Michael Ennis agreed. To be fair, out of all the halves partners, Adam Reynolds has had this season, I think Billy's looked the best and most dangerous. For the future, I think he's the guy to go to, Marshall said. Ennis added, I think he's done enough now, I really do. Teams: Broncos 1, Tessenio 2, Corey Oates 3, Kotonis Stags 4, Herbie Farnworth 5, Selwyn Cobbo 6, Billy Walters 7, Adam Reynolds 8, Keenan Palacia 9. Jake Turpin 10.